Hey guys, Laggimus Prime here again, and today, well, I'm pretty sure you saw from the thumbnail, I'm going to be showing off my 4 Great Dragons deck profile. So for this profile, it's going to be mostly 4 Great Dragons, but I'm kind of using the new BT14 vaccine, the new yellow vaccine stuff, as an engine of sorts to make the deck kind of turbo into its level 6s or get you the pieces in hand that you need. It is quite consistent. It can be sometimes where it's either a little bricky or you don't have the right cards, but I mean that pretty much just relies on luck, and that's mostly of the game. So here we go. I'll go ahead and show off the eggs now. So right now I'm running 4 of the Tokomon. The reason why I want to run 4 of this guy is because it gives you that draw power. Most of this new yellow vaccine stuff is going to be running this card anyway, so as soon as a card is added to your security stack on your turn, you draw one. Great way to search for your pieces, your options, tamers, whatever it is that you need to actually get your pieces on the board. Now on to our level 3s. Our level 3s, well, since I said we're using the new BT14 stuff as an engine, we can't run it without Patamon. So this is a new BT14 Patamon. Start of your main phase, you search your security stack, and then this Digimon might Digivolve into a yellow Digimon card with vaccine trade among them without paying the cost. Then you can shuffle your security stack, or you have to, and then if you did Digivolve, you place a yellow vaccine card with its trait at the bottom of your security stack. And then your turn, once per turn, when a card is added to your security stack, you gain a memory. So pretty much you Digivolve for free and you gain a memory off of it. If you have a vaccine card in your hand, which this deck, pretty much everything except for 2 level 6s and the options and tamers don't have vaccine in their traits. So you're pretty much going to be getting this to proc, or most of the vaccine related things to proc in general, more often than not. Now we run that as a 4 of, kind of have to. So now on to the other level 3s. We still have some more Patamons that we can use. So we're going to be running 4 of the EX3 Patamons. This works really well with 4 Great Dragons. Pretty much EX3 was 4 Great Dragons set, or at least they had it in there. And on play, you reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 yellow card with Angel in its traits, and then 1 card with 4 Great Dragons in its traits among them to your hand, and you place the rest at the bottom. Now, EX3 has definitely been through a lot of revisions lately, or not lately, but for quite a while. It's really, a lot of them pretty much, they can search other things. There's usually a whole line of text that was added to this, so it's like Cherubi, Seraph, or something else, a whole bunch of other text. But really, Patamon's just to get you the 4 Great Dragons option, or one of the bigger guys, and maybe an Angelomon. Maybe some other spicy tech if you have it, but really it's just to get your 4 Great Dragons. Then I run 2 of Kudamon. I run Kudamon because it is a vaccine deck. So reveal top 3 cards of your deck when you on play, add a yellow Digimon with vaccine and a yellow tamer. Great way to get you some searching and stuff like that, without having to hard play a higher one or anything like that, and it's a Digivolve as well. When attacking, there are some DP reductions in the deck. So if there are 6 or fewer total cards in both players' security stacks, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k DP for the turn. This can come in handy if you need to get rid of some floodgates or anything that's kind of preventing you from doing stuff. Like a perfect example would be this, because I run a 1 of Cutemon. I would run 2, but I don't have to at the moment. Maybe whenever I get this done, I will have to. But Cutemon, opponent's turn, your opponent can't reduce Digivolution cost. That is pretty much essential in this BT14 format coming up. There's going to be a lot of trainings going on. So this will come in handy more often than not, because just of the simple fact that there's going to be a lot of Digivolution reduction. But my 1-up that I run is 1 Agumon from EX3. This is another 4 Great Dragons card. It doesn't search or anything. It's pretty much just a basic level 3. But the inheritable, whenever you play a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in its traits, or you place the option card in your battle area, you draw 1. So it's more of a way to actually get your pieces in hand from drawing. Now on to our level 4s. We have 4 Gatomon. Gatomon here is a 4-cost on play, and when you on play it, it's pretty much another searcher just like Patamon. You search the top 4, you add a yellow card with Angel, Cherubi, Throne, Authority, Seraph, or Virtue other than the 3 Great Angels in one of its trait, and then a card with 4 Great Dragons in its trait. As I said, it is a searcher, pretty much just like Patamon. You're looking for Angelomon or any other spicy tech you might run. It does have a inheritable, which is probably the best one. The two of the level 4s that we play in here are one of the best ones that you always want to go into. Is when you play a dragon with 4 great, when you play a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons trait, one of those Digimons gains Rush for the turn. When you on play your level 6, it will gain Rush. And there's a lot of effects with the level 6s that you can definitely take advantage of with some of the options and the way that this deck kind of plays. Because pretty much that's the whole entire base of 4 Great Dragons is you need to get this option in your hand so you can play it for free and then send that option to the trash so that you can play a level 6 for free that will gain Rush and get you all these incredible benefits. But the other level 4 that I'm talking about is 4 of Vron from EX3. It's the same thing as Gatomon and as Patamon. It's a searcher. This one relies on Digivolving, but Gatomon is the one that relies on play. So when Digivolving, reveal top 4, but instead of adding a Angel, you look for a yellow card with Drummon in its name and 1 card with 4 Great Dragons in its traits. I like this one a lot more than Gatomon because this one can get you one of your level 6s and your traits or your option card. So this one I prefer a lot more over this one just because you can add a lot better cards. I do run the 1 of Geog Grammon. We do run a good few little tamers in here. We do need to get them out in the field, and this is just a great staple for decks for yellow. It is a vaccine, so once again, it can Digivolve for free if it's inside of your security, and it recovers. It works great with the deck, honestly. With most yellow decks, if you don't run this at least a 1 of, it might be a bad day for you. So next on to our level 5s, we have 4 Angelomon. So this is the one that you can search with Gatomon and Patamon. When Digivolving, if you don't have a trial in play, which is the option card, you can play 1 from your hand to the battle area. Now, when you play the options, you don't get the main effect, you just place it, which I find very unfortunate because the 4 Great Dragons, or the trial of the 4 Great Dragons, is an 8-cost option that lets you draw 1. I don't know why exactly they don't let you just play it, because you just draw a card when you play it. I mean, the delay effect is definitely nice, but it's like you work your butt off to get the option card to be able to place it. Why not get at least a 1 draw? Anyway, your turn was per turn when you play a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in its traits, or you place the option card. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3k DP. This effect is the same as its inheritable. So as I said, more DP reduction. So this kind of has a somewhat small way to control your opponent's board. Very small, but it can help out in the long run. On to the last level 5s. We run 4 Arrow Vron. Now, this is the one I prefer to go and Digivolve into, not Angelomon, mainly because this guy, same thing as Angelomon, but instead of giving DP reduction, when you have a Digimon or the trial in play, he gains blocker, which is great. Because obviously having a blocker is one of the better things to have. On opponent's turn, though, if you manage to Digivolve this into one of the level 6s, all of your Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in their traits gain blockers. So this is the blocker guy. This is why I kind of prefer playing him, because you just have more defenses on your side of the field. Now on to our level 6s. We run 3 of the brand new BT14 Patamon. It is a 4 Great Dragons. It has an on-play with Digivolving. You play 1 Amon of Crimson Flame, and then a Auman of Blue Thunder. They're Digimon, one's red, one's yellow, they both have 6k DP, one has Rush, one has Blocker. This thing can swarm the board and really help out with aggression. And then it has a really good effect, is all turns when this Digimon would Digivolve or leave the battle area, you delete all of your tokens and then you recover +1. Now this does not mean that you don't, for how many tokens you delete, you recover +1. It just means you get rid of all tokens and then you only recover 1. From what I understand, some people are probably thinking that you recover like 5, you play 2 of these and you can recover like 4 things. No. It just gets rid of all the tokens and then that's it. Now, for our big stars of the deck, the 4 great dragons themselves. I mean, he is a 4 great dragon, but these are the classic ones. These are all from EX3. These are the ones that I run only one of now. Most decks used to run them quite a lot of, like, there used to be like 2 of each and a whole bunch of other stuff, but I lowered it down to 1 ofs because you don't want to see them too many times in your hand. Also, the amount of searching and digivolving and drawing that you do, you will end up with some of them in your hand eventually. So we run the 1 of Goldra, the 1 of Azulong, the 1 of Magnadramon, and the 1 of Megidramon. Now, this is where I said some of these cards are not vaccine. Azulong and Megidramon are not vaccine. They are data and virus. You're not really going to be digivolving to these anyway because all your stuff is yellow. These are blue and purple. So you're not going to be digivolving with them. But mainly with these 3, you're mainly wanting their on-play effects. Azulongmon will get you to draw 2. And then if you use the trial to play it, you gain 2 memory. So it's a good way to draw cards. Magnadramon, on play, all your opponent's Digimon get security attack -1. And if you use a trial, all of them get security attack -2 instead. Megidramon, you play it, you can delete a level 5 or lower Digimon, but if you play it with a trial, you delete a level 6 or lower Digimon. So it's a good way to really like either draw, gain memory, hold your opponent at bay, or control the board a little bit. Now, Goldramon is when digivolving, you can return 1 card with 4 great dragons and its trait from your trash to hand. The other effect, though, you don't really get to proc too often because sometimes you don't exactly get these cards in the trash I mean, if you're aggroing like crazy with this deck, you don't get it that fast or that often. But if you ever manage to, when attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -6k DP for the turn. So there's some more DP reduction. Then you may return 1 Magnadramon, 1 Azulongmon, and 1 Megidramon when it's trashed to the bottom of your deck in any order to trash the top 2 cards of your opponent's security stack. So it's a really good extra effect. You won't see it all that often with these ones, just due to the fact that there's 1 ofs, but if you manage to pull that combo off, that's just 2 security gone, just instantly. Next, on to our tamers. We need to have TK in this deck. We need to have TK in it, so we're running 3 TK Tekashi from BT1 or from the RB1 set. It's a memory setter. On play, you search your security stack, reveal 1 card, add to your hand. If it's yellow, recover +1. Pretty sure everybody uses this card when they use a yellow deck, but it'll definitely come in handy with this because you're able to see what's in security, so you'll know if you need to play a Patamon or the Searcher Patamon. And like if you have a level 4, then you can obviously play that or Digivolve and all that good stuff. You'll be able to just see what's in your security. So you'll be able to pretty much use your security as a second hand of this entire deck. Next, we run a 1 of TK, Tekashi, and Kari because there will be times where you have less security and you need more memory. Plus, not also that, it is a tamer that can suspend, so you can use Geograce and Heritable. So when one of your tamers becomes suspended, you can delete a 3k or less. So another way to do that. When one of your yellow Digimon attacks, you suspend the tamer to have one of your opponent's Digimon get -1k DP for the turn. Pretty simple. Next, on to our last tamer that I run. It is 1 of TK Tekashi from BT14. I decided to run 1 of these in here because getting stuff out of the security and being able to put something in there can help, but I didn't run too many of them because there aren't too many times where I'm actually being able to control what's going in and out of my security. So I'm only running 1 of him. So what it is on play, you return the top card of your security stack to your hand, and then you can place a yellow card with vaccine trait to the bottom of it. And then when a card is added to security, suspend him to gain a memory. So it's a really good way of gaining memory. and being able to make sure you have what you need in your security. But that's why I only run one of, because this deck isn't built around your security. It's mainly using the vaccine stuff as an engine. Next, on to our options. 4 Great Dragons cannot be played at all without the options trial of the 4 Great Dragons. You cannot play the deck without this. This is the most important card in the deck. You know how most decks run tamers? Well, this deck runs options that you need. So it is an 8 cost, so you don't really ever want to be actually playing this. But if you need to, you can. But this is what I said, like, I don't see why placing it doesn't let you just get the draw. But yeah, its main effect is you just draw one, and then you place this card in your battle area. So an 8 cost, draw one, like, that sounds ridiculous, but the secondary effect is where it really gets nutty, because you can send this card to the trash to play one of your 4 Great Dragons for free. But at the end of your opponent's turn, you must delete whatever it is that you played. But that is the one great thing about all 4 of these 4 Great Dragons that I forgot to mention. They all have on deletion effects, except for Digimon. If you don't have a trial in play, you place 1 trial from your hand in the battle area. So this happens at the end of your opponent's turn. So as soon as it passes back to your turn, you have another option ready to play another level 6. That's what can really make it just go off sometimes. So on to our 3 options that I also play. Like I said, I do use the thing as an engine. So I run 3 Emissary of Hope, because, like I said, I used the vaccine engine, or as an engine, this new BT14 stuff. So Emissary of Hope is just pretty much another Patamon, but like a little bit more advanced. You pay 1 to search your security stack, and one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a yellow level 6 or lower Digimon card with the vaccine trait among them without paying the cost. Then you shuffle your security stack, and if you have a TK in-name Tamer, you can recover +1. So that's the reason why I also kind of like to run the 4 cost Tamer here, because sometimes you don't have the TK in name. So then you'll just be like, okay, I'll play this one now. And like, hey, you have 1 less security because you weren't able to recover +1. So that means, oh, hey, guess what? It's my turn. I get 2 more memory because I have less security than you do. So it's a good way to kind of combo there. And onto the last 2 cards, I run 2 physical trainings, because the in trainings are really good. Like they're going to become, they are staples now. It's just a way to search. You know, you reveal the top 2 cards of your deck, add 1 yellow card among them to your hand, and then place the rest on bottom. It would really hurt if you hit Megidramon or Azulongmon with this, but it doesn't happen all that often because they're one-ofs. Most of the time I find these things in security, which really sucks, because if I use TK on it, if you grab it from security, you don't recover because they're not yellow. But either way, physical training is great to have, because Digimon over here is 4 cost to Digivolve, which is quite a lot. So physical training can reduce it down to 2, or it can turn Geog Grammon from a 3 to a 1, or from one of these to a 3 to a 1. So it's just a great way to get just all your bodies, or what you need on board really quickly. But anyway, yeah, this is my 4 Great Dragons deck. If I have any, like, questions about it, or if I have any, like, things that I would probably change out, I'd probably change out the Angewomon, or at least reduce this down to 3, and then maybe add another level 4 or something, maybe another Tamer, something to maybe do a little bit more searching, because I don't want to go into this one all that often. And as I said, I'm probably going to put Cutemon up to 2 just to counter the BT14 meta that's going to be coming up. But yeah, this is my 4 Great Dragons. I've tested it a couple of times. It's really not that bad. It can definitely pop off. I was actually able to win a couple of matches against Finri before, so it's definitely not too bad. But anyway, thank you again. If you have any comments or any kind of suggestions that you would like to post, and kind of let me know what I could do to make it a little better or how to change it, please let me know. I welcome all advice. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you later.
Baby!